President Bergh, the faculty and candidates are assembled. These commencement proceedings are now ready to begin. Please remain standing for the national anthem and lift every voice and sing "And These Green Mountains," followed by Luke Walters, SGA President, as he recites the Land and Labor Acknowledgement. But before any of that, you all look amazing, so please wave and congratulate.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the glistening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing a rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Let us march on till victory is won. Let us march on till victory.
These green hills and silver waters are my home. They belong to me and to all of her sons and daughters. May they be strong and we say home is where the heart is. These green mountains are my home. These green mountains are my home.
Welcome and good afternoon, everybody. My name is Luke Walters, and I'm the Student Government Association Body President. The land acknowledgement goes as forth. Encompassing 5 campuses and multiple learning sites, Vermont State University is situated on the lands and waters that have long served as places of convening and stewarded by generations of indigenous peoples, particularly the Western Abenaki. We honor and respect the indigenous knowledge interwoven in these lands and waters, and we also recognize that a land acknowledgement is merely a first step toward addressing historical injustices. We commit to uplifting the indigenous peoples and cultures present on these lands and waters and within our communities, in alignment with our dedication to nurturing a welcoming, diverse, and inclusive learning and working environment where all members of the community are valued and respected. It is now my pleasure to introduce Vermont State University President Dave Bergh.
Please be seated. Good afternoon and welcome to the Vermont State University Johnson Commencement Ceremony, the second official VTSU commencement. Before we go any further, let's take a moment to celebrate the heart of today's event, our graduates. Please join me in making some serious noise for the VTSU class of 2025. Good afternoon and welcome to you all. I expect it's an especially good afternoon for our graduates and maybe even a better one for our friends and family who are celebrating here with us today. Thank you all for being here in Johnson on this glorious Vermont day. Thank you, students, for all the hard work you put in to get here. Thank you, families and friends, for your unwavering support. And thank you to the VTSU faculty and staff for your passion and dedication to our students and their success. I am joined on the stage today by President Emeritus Barbara Murphy, Chancellor Beth Mauk, Board of Trustees Chairwoman Lynn Dickinson, Trustee David Durfee, Trustee David Silverman, Provost Nolan Atkins, Dean of Students Jamia Danzy, Dean Leslie Kanat, Mace Bearer Dr. Gina Moreau, Alumni Association President Julie Hulburd, and our keynote speaker, Gregory Tatro. It is our collective honor and great privilege to be here with you all today and to bear witness to your triumph, to watch all of you, Vermont State University's second graduating class, cross this stage and collect the diploma or credential that you have earned. We are all here to celebrate not only this thrilling moment in your educational career with the gowns and the photographers and the handshaking and the tears of joy, even if they're mostly mine, but also the countless invested hours that led to this moment. Hours of studying, questioning, practicing, planning, programming, building, testing, trying, failing, and trying again with the industriousness, creativity, and dogged determination that defines Vermont State University students and will serve you well throughout your personal and professional lives. As you prepare to embark on the next chapter, whether that be a first job, a new job, a promotion, a new degree, I want to draw attention to a few often overlooked but highly valuable competencies that you have developed in your time here at VTSU as a student. Gifts that I hope you will continue to nurture and practice throughout your life: curiosity, flexibility, and courage. Be curious. Curiosity is how you started this journey. Curiosity led you to VTSU. Curiosity about who you are, how you learn, what you love, and how you can learn, how to learn what you love better and make a living at it. Maybe your curiosity pushed you to take an extra lab, join a club, take a class online, travel abroad, go to a conference, pursue an internship or an apprenticeship, or do something that just really, really freaked you out. Your curiosity probably also led you astray once or twice along the way, because despite what they say about the dubious relationship between curiosity and cats, few worthy, real journeys in life follow a perfect or linear path. I understand Frederick the cat here locally would understand that. Stay curious about people, especially those who may think differently than you. Ask more questions than you answer, and challenge yourself to listen and truly hear what others are saying, both their words and their meaning. Learn new skills even when you don't have to. Read as much as you can, and never assume you've got it all figured out, because in my own experience, moments of certainty most often occur right before the universe decides to teach me a lesson. Curiosity will keep you growing long after you leave the classroom. It will keep you sharp and protect you from complacency. Curiosity is a gift, albeit sometimes an uncomfortable one, that perhaps most importantly will lead you to empathy, kindness, creativity, and innovation, vital qualities we need more of in the world today. Be flexible. If the last few years have taught us anything, it's that life is unpredictable and change is constant. Sometimes you may choose to change careers, change cities, change skills, change direction. And sometimes change may not be your choice, but a requirement. Whether you are off to start your first career or your third, you will likely face moments that challenge your plans and your patience. And again, that's okay. Success rarely looks like what we imagine or expect. You will face some challenges that are easily navigated, and others that test your character, strength, and resolve in the extreme. Facing the ebb and flow of life's challenges with flexibility allows you to pivot without losing purpose, to adapt without losing agency, to be resilient rather than rigid. Maintaining an ethos of agility will allow you to embrace change over time, not as an obstacle to conquer, but as a partner in your growth. Finally, and most importantly, perhaps, be courageous. Our world is complex and fast-moving. You will encounter uncertainty, disappointment, and moments of doubt that require you to deploy more courage than you feel you possess. Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the decision that something else matters more. Courage is taking on a challenge with honor, fortitude, and purpose. Courage is speaking up when it would be easier to stay silent. It is abandoning what's comfortable in pursuit of what's meaningful. You don't need to be fearless. None of us truly are. You just need to be brave enough to take the first step, then the second, then the third, and so on. Some of the most important choices in your life will not come with a roadmap nor with a role model, but the courage to begin anyway, to try and be willing to fail, and then to try again, that's what shapes true leaders, thinkers, and doers. Graduates, the world needs you now more than ever. Not just your knowledge and skills, but your character. We need your curiosity to solve problems we haven't even yet imagined, with empathy, respect, and kindness. We need your flexibility to navigate whatever challenges come next with patience and grace. We need your courage to take the first steps. I want to take a moment to emphasize the importance of kindness. Kindness to yourselves and to those with whom you are sharing your life journey. We are all fellow travelers, and we are all deserving of patience, grace, and support as we navigate this together. As I imagine the full scope of the positive impact you will all have within your families, your workplace, and your communities, I am filled with a sense of deep hope and resounding optimism for our collective future. On behalf of Vermont State University and all the faculty and staff here on the Johnson campus, thank you. Thank you for trusting us with your education. Thank you for letting us learn, adapt, and grow with you. It's been a true honor for all of us to share this part of your lives with you. Congratulations, graduates. And now let me introduce our student speaker. It is a tradition at Vermont State University that a graduating student is selected to address their peers. Today, we are honored to welcome this year's student speaker, Larissa Stride, who will share a message with the class of 2025.
Good evening, and thank you, Vermont State University, for welcoming me and my fellow peers to this beautiful campus, a little wet, here in Johnson. As I stand up here in front of you all, I think about how only a few short years ago, I walked across this very same stage to receive my undergraduate degree. On that day, we were graced with Cyndi Lauper as our guest speaker. Now, I know I am no Cyndi Lauper, sorry, but I want to share with you one of the most important messages that she shared with us then, which is my bad luck became my good luck. Now, I've sat on the statement for over the years and have come to recognize what it actually means to me. To share, I'll be honest, Johnson was not my first choice for school. I was determined that I would go to Colby-Sawyer College. I had gotten accepted, had done the tours, gotten the presidential scholarship, and even had a preliminary schedule. But then I met with my VSAT counselor, who sat down with me and my family to show us the numbers and how even with that very respectable scholarship, I would still be paying an exorbitant amount of money out of pocket. We recognized that Colby-Sawyer was unfortunately just not going to be in the cards for me. At that time, I was angry at myself for getting excited just for my dream to be crushed, at my family for not being rich, at my VSAT counselor for telling me no, you know, like the typical teenage frustration. But she didn't let that stop her from still helping me achieve my goal of going to college. So after a few tear-filled days, we started looking around at more affordable options. We were down to about a month before classes started when we were able to finalize all of the paperwork for school. She thought would be a good fit for me. After all, what was the worst that could happen? I hate it and drop out or transfer? Sure, sign me up. Let's try it out. So we landed on this small school up in the mountains in the middle of nowhere, Vermont. I figured I'd give it a shot, considering I had grown up and spent my entire life thus far in a small town, also in the middle of Vermont, middle of nowhere, Vermont. And tell you what, I was happy I ended up not attending Colby-Sawyer College. I am so thankful that I had some bad luck and that my past dreams kind of crashed and burned because it led me to where I am today. My bad luck became my good luck, and now I am standing here in front of you all at that very same school in the middle of nowhere, Vermont, that I was so upset to attend, about to receive my master's degree. I am so happy that, all because of that bad luck. Now, looking back over the course of this degree, I think about how the journey tested our intellect, challenged our endurance, and at times caused us to question our own psychological resilience. Earning any degree is no small feat. We all came into this program hopeful and ready to make a difference. All of us came from different walks of lives, with different reasons that kept us going. There were so many late nights of research and last-minute homework submissions, balancing jobs, families, and personal challenges. There was imposter syndrome, Zoom fatigue, and the ever-present question of, am I doing the right thing? Yet here we are today, sitting in our caps and gowns, about to receive a diploma that proves that all of the procrastination and frustration was not in vain. We made it because we were determined. We wanted to be the change that happens in this world. We have pushed ourselves to the point of exhaustion, but we made it. And now, for the most part, we can relax and celebrate a little bit. I cannot leave here today without thanking the professors who have encouraged and supported us as we fought through the world while also working towards this common goal. I also cannot say enough thanks to my cohort, Vermont 19. You have all been some of the most amazing, supportive, and genuinely good people who I've had the pleasure of meeting. Whether it has been a class weekend on Zoom and we are messaging back and forth about the weird faces being made, or we are getting lunch at Chef's Corner or Healthy Living. You have all been by my side and each other's through some difficult times, as well as some really great ones. I do not believe that I would be standing here today without the support from all of you, so thank you. Now, lastly, for all of you graduating today, I can imagine that you too have created your own communities and found families. Make sure you hold on to those connections, because they may be some of the best relationships that you can carry with you into your future. They will be your comrades in your chosen field that you can lean on when you need support. They will be the friend who has an in with the new job that you're really hoping for. And they are the ones who understand where you come from because they have been there too. And they will also hopefully still be there cheering you on the whole way. During your time in school, you learn a lot, sometimes more than what you can remember. But there is a lot that we have all learned that also wasn't graded on. And those are some of the lessons that have stuck with me and I carry into my future. I learned that I have a vast network of connections now across the state and even all the other states that this program supports. I have learned that learning about self-care and actually doing self-care are vastly different things. And despite being in a field where there is so much support, it is okay to feel alone sometimes. But with that, I have also learned that there will always be someone there to lean on when I feel ready to get back up. So to say this place has had a huge impact on the person I have become is an understatement. It has been a long road getting to where we are today, and we all know it hasn't been the easiest. But like me, with my bad luck turning into good luck, we all made it. I am truly grateful and genuinely pumped that everyone here today has made it here to this point. A lot of work goes into getting a degree, whether it's an associate's degree, bachelor's, or a master's degree. Everyone here today has done something amazing, and you should all be immensely proud of yourself. So from me to you, congratulations, class of 2025.
Thank you, Larissa. It is now my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Gregory Tatro. Gregory is the co-founder of the nonprofit Jenna's Promise, a grassroots organization dedicated to creating pathways to wellness for people with substance use disorders. Their innovative village model aims to shift the paradigm of substance use disorder treatment and create better outcomes for individuals in recovery, as well as support the struggling rural Vermont communities that houses this organization. Tatro's dedication to this cause is driven by his personal experience of the death of his sister Jenna and a commitment to ensuring that others do not have to face the same struggles alone. Please welcome Gregory Tatro.
Hi, everybody. It's truly an honor to be with you here today, especially here in Johnson. This town is where I grew up. I was born and raised a little over a mile from here on a dusty dirt road. There, my sister Jenna and I spent our childhoods in this beautiful pastoral setting with my parents, and my mother had a Morgan horse farm. You might be thinking, oh, how nice, getting to see horses every day as a kid. That's great. And sure, there's some truth to the thought, but there are real challenges. It's tough to grow up with literal naysayers around you every day. All right, that's my one dad joke for the day, I'm sorry. The point is growing up with then Johnson State College so close, it was a background character in my everyday life. I can remember, and I know my mother and father can remember, the time of year when the college kids would show up and make the town sparkle with life and activity. I watched soccer games here with my dad. I went to camp in the summers. I learned to swim in the pool. My aunt taught me how to ride a bike here. And because I was a kid born in a crazy time called the 1990s, we did a really cool thing called rollerblading all over this campus as well. Later, as a teenager, I'd bring my latest crush to the soccer field and lie under the stars and wonder what life might hold. The university played a big role with my sister, Jenna, too. In fact, she came to this very campus, like you, with dreams of leaving with a degree, for her in psychology. She believed in helping people, and she believed that she could do it. Johnson, at that time, it felt like a place of possibility, but quietly, things were shifting. The town I loved, like many rural towns across New England, began to falter. Industry had declined and jobs disappeared. Young people moved away. The kind of future that we used to imagine started to feel more out of reach. Jenna's story echoed that. What started with so much promise slowly became a struggle. After being prescribed painkillers, she spent years fighting addiction, cycling through detox centers and trying to hold on to hope, sometimes losing it. She went to treatment centers across the country. She joined support groups. She tried over and over again. She was fighting hard to find her way in a world that didn't make it easy. Still, there was a moment in time when she was doing better. From one of those places that was working for her, she called our mom and said, "Mom, when I get out of here, me and you, we're going to help people." That promise, those words, would come to mean everything. Jenna was 26 when she died of an overdose. To watch someone so vibrant and full of determination fade from the world, it leaves you breathless, lost, like the world and the ground has shifted beneath you and no one can tell you where to step next. That's the place that my family found ourselves, and it's the place that I want to start from today. A moment, a promise, a time of hope, followed by great hardship. There's resonance here, I think, for all of you. Let's talk about this moment. These are incredibly uncertain times for our nation, for each of you. Leaping forth boldly, but on unstable ground takes courage. Global instability, political division, and brinksmanship at the national level, massive technological disruption. As someone who graduated into the Great Recession, I get it. But while my crisis was deep, it was just one. You all have multifaceted issues confronting you. That volatility, that adversity, that uncertainty, it's enough to make one pause here, now, at the edge of the precipice of the unknown. Because I do think it's just at this time when I think hope can shine brightest. One of my favorite authors when I was younger, goes by the name of Matthew Stover, wrote that the void of not knowing can be a cold and lonely place. Yes, the unknown can be frightening, even lonely. It strips away the safety of predetermined answers and leaves us standing on the edge of the void. It can cause us to freeze, our hands to be palsied. But what if I were to say that I've come to believe that uncertainty is not a curse, but a calling? As Stover writes, if we're always certain, if we always know what's right, quote, where is freedom? No one chooses the wrong. It's uncertainty that sets us free. In other words, it's uncertainty that is the very gateway to that freedom that we crave. Life is not a set of ready-made answers. Instead, it's a canvas, your choices painting the broad strokes of your vision and hopes and dreams. When my family lost Jenna, it was like the void of loss swallowed up all we knew about the world. The path forward was the definition of uncertain. But my parents remembered Jenna's last words, her promise to help others. And my family, my mother, my father, my wife, and I began to get to work. We wrote. We began talking to people who were struggling. My parents wanted to build something as a monument to Jenna, a way to make things better for others like her. Friends, neighbors, even strangers rallied around us in the days following Jenna's death. And eventually, it wasn't just about one family's grief anymore. It was about all of us coming together in the face of a much larger crisis. We banded together in our shared vulnerability, and in doing so, we've started to bind the wounds that we all carry. At first, we didn't know the path, but the lesson we learned is that we can never know all the answers. It was uncertainty that set us free. It demanded that we chart our own path without a map laid out by someone else. And while we didn't have the full vision of what Jenna's promise would be in that moment, we found our answers by acting, by stepping forth. Since then, our organization has helped so many people like Jenna, people who are more likely to fall through the cracks when they're fresh in recovery. And we've wrapped them up in a model that we think shifts the paradigm for substance use disorder, all the while trying to play our part in revitalizing a town we love. Where Jenna and I went to church now stands a community center with its doors open to all. Where drug dealers once operated from the corners of town, well, that building is now a recovery home, a beacon of light. Across town, we've hoped and helped reinvigorate 6 abandoned buildings and brought something needed to our community. A cafe on Main Street, a discount goods store, a roastery. People are stopping in town again, not just driving through. And this amazing community, including this college, this university, has stood with us, not pushing back, but helping us build a vision of recovery that breaks down stigma and lifts everybody. Because residents who take part in this don't leave just saying, I'm not using anymore. They leave with jobs. They leave reunited with their families. They leave stable, strong, and ready to go back to their home communities to contribute to rebuild and to bring hope with them. Just like us, they moved forward without certainty, and thus too with freedom. This was the answer that we forged from that moment of uncertainty. It is in the act of choosing that you assert your identity and claim ownership over the unfolding mystery of your life. Stover puts it this way: life is more a matter of choosing than knowing. One could never know the eventual destination of their path, but they could always choose in which direction to take each step. Without choice, you remain a passive observer in a world that demands engagement. In making a choice, you are saying, I will not be held hostage by uncertainty. You are boldly stepping into the arena of life, armed with the courage to face the unknown. Every choice, no matter how small, is a declaration of defiance against fear. And it can help you realize that instead of being stuck with black and white thinking, there's always another means to get to where you need to go. There is always another choice. There is the promise of building a new future. As the philosopher Umberto Eco once said, show not what has been done, but what can be. That is the promise of this moment of uncertainty that you're all sitting in as you're about to graduate. The ability to bring forth desperately needed change in a world that is broken. That is the work being done by so many people in our communities and by so many of you. People who may not be great, but are more importantly, good. I believe that is the work Jenna's Promise is doing, and I know the character of a group like this. We need your passion and your dedication, your imagination. When I look out amongst all of you on the edge of the precipice, on the edge of choosing, that is the promise of a day like today too. There is so much talent in this class. You could light up every community that you return to. And while so many of us are swept up in these grand tectonic shifts and lost in the stormy currents of history, please never forget, in the chaos, a clear and quiet truth yet whispers, this moment belongs to you. The path is uncharted, the answers are unclear, but the choices, brave and messy and uncertain, are what give a shadow of meaning to the unknown. And when you make them, you transform that very uncertainty into the foundation of your own destiny. You may not know your final destination, but you can always choose that next step. So I leave you with this. How will your uncertainty set you free? What will your answer be? I can't wait to find out. Congrats.
Thank you again, Gregory, for that moving message and for the work happening in our community here in Johnson. At this time, I want to bring to the podium Hannah Reed, VTSU's Vice President of Communications, Alumni, and External Affairs, to introduce our speaker on behalf of the Alumni Association. Hannah.
Thank you, President Bergh. It is my honor to introduce a leader whose commitment to Johnson is matched by her vision for Vermont's future. Julie Hulburd, class of 2000 and a member of our class of 2024, brings deep institutional pride and uncommon perspective to her role as president of Johnson Alumni Council. Appointed by Governor Scott to the state's Cannabis Control Board, Julie is a respected public servant and a powerful advocate for VTSU. Please join me in welcoming Julie to the stage.
Driving up here today, I was thinking that there's something about the trip I make up Route 15, turning from town, coming up the hill, and then right when I start to see these mountains in the distance, which you can't see as well today, but on clear days you can see them really well. Something about that always feels like coming home, even 25 years after graduating the first time. My hope for each of you is that 25 years from now, the bonds that you formed here will continue to evoke that feeling of home every time you think about your time at Vermont State. In just a few moments, you'll take your final steps as students to cross this stage and receive your degrees. But crossing this stage is not an ending. It's the beginning of so many new things, including your next chapter with Vermont State, now as members of its esteemed alumni. Perhaps like me, you'll come back and earn another degree. Perhaps you'll earn additional certifications, or maybe you'll join or have already joined the ranks of the faculty and staff. Maybe one day you'll bring your own children here as they begin their journey. Above all, I hope you come back this fall for homecoming, join us for other alumni events. Come back and share your achievements with your professors and fellow alumni. And so I have a question for the audience. Could everyone here who went to a Vermont State campus, Johnson, Linden, Randolph, Williston, or Castleton, just raise your hand so our graduates can see who else went to this school? Now graduates, yeah. Graduates, look around because these are your people and they will always be your people, and there are many like them all over the world. And to remind you of that, we've given all the graduates today a new tradition that we're starting, a small coin to take with you. This is to remind you of your connection to each other and all the alumni at Vermont State. Today, as you step forward, know that you're joining a community of alumni that is excited to welcome you, to mentor you, and to cheer you on for your future. We hope that you stay connected through the Alumni Association and come home, and someday inspire future students as you've been inspired. To the class of 2025 from your Alumni Association, I'm proud to be among the first to welcome you to that next chapter.
So if you're following along in the program, you're noticing that I'm not Sarah Kinnerson. The amazing Sarah Kinnerson, who is with us. I am here to talk about an award that is given here at VTSU Johnson every year to a faculty member recognizing excellence in advising. Our faculty do amazing work with our students and in particular with advising. This award has already been given to the recipient this year, but we felt that it was important to recognize this individual here at commencement as well. So this year's award recipient is Lisa Zinn. Lisa, wherever you are, please stand. So Lisa has received this award, but I just wanted to let you all know what some of her students have to say about Lisa and Lisa's advising and support of our students. The first student writes, "My advisor is an amazing advisor who understands what I need, takes time to talk through goals and outcomes, and wants to help me and every other student achieve those goals." A second student writes, "My advisor has always gone above and beyond to make sure mine and all other students' college experience is as smooth as possible. Things that she is unsure or will address and gets answers to me as soon as possible." A third student writes, "My advisor is an outstanding member of the faculty who always is warm, helpful, and a genuine friend every time I talk with them." And finally, "My advisor works extremely hard between teaching multiple classes every semester, holding campus-wide bird banding events, and advising students of many majors. My advisor is a huge, if not the biggest reason our science department exists. I really appreciate her and what she does for our community. I know many other students feel the same way. Thank you again, Lisa, for your amazing work, and congratulations." I now invite President Bergh back to the podium.
Okay, graduates, now we've come to the moment our graduates have been waiting for. The faculty of Vermont State University has reviewed and approved the candidacy of these students for degrees and certificates. The candidates are here assembled. It is my pleasure to introduce the Dean of the School of Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, Dr. Leslie Kanat, who will now present our candidates from the side podium.
Thank you, President Bergh. Will the candidates for the advanced degrees please rise and come forward to be presented? Card, please. I don't know. Coco Nklango Ngoy, Master of Business Administration. Catherine Bloom, Master of Science, Counseling, Clinical Mental Health. Jenny Fuller, Master of Science, Counseling, Clinical Mental Health. Martina Kirkering, Master of Science, Counseling, Clinical Mental Health. Kimberly King, Master of Science, Counseling, Clinical Mental Health. Hannah Lambert Buck, Master of Science, Counseling, Clinical Mental Health. Yep. Ashley Picarillo Horan, Master of Science, Counseling, Clinical Mental Health. Joshua Tuck, Master of Science, Counseling, Clinical Mental Health. Catherine Pinter, Master of Science, Counseling, Clinical Mental Health. Shannon Porter, Master of Science, Counseling, Clinical Mental Health. Got it. Kelly Ramos Arango, Master of Science, Counseling, Clinical Mental Health. Larissa Stride, Master of Science, Counseling, Clinical Mental Health. Lisa Thacker, Master of Science, Counseling, Clinical Mental Health. Al Van Norden, Master of Science, Counseling, Clinical Mental Health. Kurt Woodward, Master of Science, Counseling, Clinical Mental Health. Stacy Bengston, Master of Arts, Counseling. Julia Burgess, Master of Arts, Counseling. Sophia Anastasia Berard, Master of Arts, Counseling. Letitia Hill, Master of Arts, Counseling. Almina Kadrick, Master of Arts, Counseling. Isla Capo, Master of Arts, Counseling. Alex Lenning, Master of Arts, Counseling. Angel Mason, Master of Arts, Counseling. Christy Mayhew, Master of Arts, Counseling. Ari Neiswitz, Master of Arts, Counseling. Stephanie Nichek-Paruk, Master of Arts, Counseling. Steph Stickler, Master of Arts, Counseling. Chris West, Master of Arts, Counseling. Pamela Young, Master of Arts, Counseling. Mary DuPont, Master of Arts, Education. Selena Mae French, Master of Arts, Education. What's your trial? Ezra and Kaylee Mattern, Master of Arts, Education. Samantha Thatcher, Master of Arts, Education with Licensure. Candice Britt, Master of Arts, Leadership Studies. Hazen Converse, Master of Arts, Leadership Studies. Brianna Madden, Master of Arts, Leadership Studies. Finn Watson, Master of Fine Arts, Studio Art. Emily Ward, Master of Fine Arts, Studio Arts. Will the candidates for Arts and Communication please rise and come forward to be presented? Emily Bailey, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Studio Art, cum laude. Shakira Bell, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Creative Writing, cum laude. Donald Butterfield, Bachelor of Arts, Art. Annika Cooper, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Fine Arts. Timothy Dahl, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Fine Arts. Jason Flower, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Studio Art, magna cum laude. Izzy Hopkins, Bachelor of Arts, Media Arts, magna cum laude. Grace Hopkins, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Studio Art, magna cum laude. Savannah Kelly, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Studio Art. Joe Cutler, Bachelor of Arts, English, with licensure, magna cum laude. Daniel Hallam, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Studio Art, summa cum laude. Emily LaRose, Bachelor of Arts, Performance Arts and Technology. Sergei Verkrochev, Bachelor of Arts, Performance Arts and Technology. Will the candidates for business and professional studies please rise and come forward to be presented? Sydney Bullard, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Jolyn Golden, Bachelor of Science, Applied Business Management, magna cum laude. Kate Murphy, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, cum laude. Courtney Reed Patnode, Bachelor of Science, Accounting, magna cum laude. Gabrielle Lafreniere, Associate of Science, Business Administration. Christopher Snelling, Business Administration, Management. Will the candidates for education, psychology, and social science please rise and come forward? Dominique Lafond, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education with licensure. Emily Beckett, Bachelor of Arts, Childhood Education with licensure, cum laude. Doriel Larabun. Emily Dessa Walker, Bachelor of Arts, Childhood Education with licensure, cum laude. Chelsea Fleury, Bachelor of Arts, Childhood Education with licensure. Ryan Fortin, Bachelor of Arts, Childhood Education with licensure, cum laude. Heike Cheney, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies, magna cum laude. Meade Pollard, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies. Athena Tabor, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies. Melissa Austin, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology, cum laude. Edward Cantrell, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Samantha Fega, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology, magna cum laude. David Heath, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Beatrice Potter, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Ashley Thompson, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Georgette Haviland, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice, cum laude. Jimmy Lee Cachola Williams. Would the candidates for nursing and health sciences please rise and come forward? Raymond Baca, Bachelor of Science, Health Science. Agela Boule, Bachelor of Science, Health Science. Katrina Cote, Bachelor of Science, Holistic Health Science, magna cum laude. Samantha Horty, Bachelor of Science, Holistic Health, magna cum laude, Cannabis Studies Certificate. Morgan LaSalle, Bachelor of Science, Holistic Health. Sophie Poirier, Bachelor of Science, Holistic Health, magna cum laude. Chris Sandlin, Bachelor of Science, Holistic Health. Destiny Myrick, Bachelor of Science, Holistic Health. Tanya Fudge, Bachelor of Science, Nursing, magna cum laude. Nadia Noonan, Associate of Science, Nursing. Will the candidates for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics please rise and come forward? Sogi Endai, Bachelor of Science, Data Science, summa cum laude. Ali Clucci, Bachelor of Science, Environmental Science with licensure. Dylan Haskins, Bachelor of Science, Environmental Science. Alexis Isham, Bachelor of Science, Environmental Science with licensure. Rachel Metzger, Bachelor of Science, Biology. Caitlin Stone, Bachelor of Science, Environmental Science, magna cum laude. Would the candidates for certificates in higher education please rise and come forward? Shelby Moffitt, College Steps. Moth Simpson, College Steps. I now return the podium to President Bergh.
And I will request the presence of Provost Atkins.
Will the candidates for degrees please stand? Let's give them all a big round of applause. President Bergh, I have the honor of presenting these candidates and to report in the judgment of the faculty they have satisfactorily fulfilled all requirements for degrees.
Through the authority of the Board of Trustees of the Vermont State Colleges, I confer upon you the degrees and certificates as appropriate, in each case with all the rights, privileges, and honors, as well as responsibilities and obligations appertaining thereto. We will now proceed with the ceremonial moving of the tassels. Graduates, at this time, please move your tassel from the right to the left side of your mortarboard. Congratulations to the class of 2025. Our commencement ceremony has now come to a close. Please stand for the Johnson Alma Mater. To our graduates, congratulations. No, you don't want me to sing. To our families, friends, faculty, and guests, thank you again for joining us in the celebration today. Please remain in place until the platform party and the graduates have entirely exited the tent. I think it has mostly stopped raining. Perfect timing. Join us in Dewey Hall for a dessert reception once you have greeted your graduates. Thank you and have a good evening.